My friends, what Kenya needs, what Africa needs, is a people who have a value system and a people who abide by that value system. I came across a quote recently that if someone comes and tells you that I'm a politician and I'm honest, it's just the same as another one telling you I'm a prostitute and I'm a virgin. That's a very damning accusation right there. But look at the events in our country. Isn't that the reality? You can see that we can't put politicians and honesty in one basket. It's a very difficult thing to do. Those two are, it's almost like North Pole and North Pole. They repel, And that generally is because politics, or politricks as I call it, is about a populist narrative, spinning a narrative that people want to hear. You tell people what, will make them happy. You tell people what will make them excited. So you have studied these people and if I talk about this, if I talk about how my competitor is a loser, is inept, then the people get, excited, and they probably will now, I endear myself to them. But leadership is about standing for principles. Leadership is about having a value system that you abide by. You've heard people say that everyone has a price. Now, how you beat that is by having a moral code that you abide by, so that that is higher than any other price anyone can try and buy you, because you have something that you stand for, you have something that you believe in, and you have something that you're willing to actually die for, if it comes to that, because this is what I believe in, these are my convictions, and I will stand on that. My friends, what Kenya needs, what Africa needs, is a people who have a value system and a people who abide by that value system. The problems we face, my dear friends, are as a result of the wealth that is in our country and in our continent, because there are powers from very far away that would want to control and dictate how that wealth is shared, and actually they would want that wealth to benefit them more than it benefits the children of this land. So the people who are going to stop that are the people who have values, are the people who have something they stand for, something they believe in so deeply. And even if the popular opinion is against that, they will still stand by their convictions. They will still stand by what they believe in. Some of you remember the late John Mishuki, a minister in the late Mwai Kibaki's government. And when this particular constitution, we're talking about 2010 constitution, when the clamor for it began and the draft was ready, public, I think now it was, people are discussing about it, and it was going to a referendum. John Mishuki stood and said that I dissent. My position is no on this constitution. Everyone was like, "Hey, John, what is happening to you?" And he said, "For me, I do not believe in a document that will allow the disciplined forces to picket." Because these are people who carry arms, the police and the military. If we allow them to go on the streets in case they're dissatisfied with something, and these are people who have guns, what will happen to the safety and the stability of the country? So that was John's principle, and he stood and said, so my vote will be no. Now, some of you remember the changes that Mishuki brought into our country. Every department he went to, there was a change. the transport system. You remember how we used to be bundled like potatoes into matatus in this country. And John brought a change in that, which up to today, we are benefiting from that. Yes, I know some of the things have, some of the gains were clawed back. There was a drawback on some of those gains. But largely, there's some dignity that was introduced into the public sector in this country. When you went to environment, there were changes there. Nairobi River became clean. Some of you would remember, and even people began to see fish in the Nairobi River once again. So that shows you a man who has what? Values, who has convictions, and is willing to abide by his convictions. Even if everyone else is saying A, if he feels B is the right option for him, and his values and his personal beliefs point him in the direction of B, he will go with B. I tell you, my dear friends, that is the kind of leadership that we need to turn around our country, to turn around our continent, so that you cannot be bought with any price. There are things you have believed. As we seek to really turn around our nation, really turn around our continent, because I know what is happening in Kenya is is rippling across Africa. Can we stand up as the young people of this continent, as a people of this land, and say, these are our values, this is what we abide by, and this is how we run and operate, this is how we do things, this is how we live, and no one can tell us otherwise. May God have mercy on us, and may God help us, so that we can really see a change because of the sake of our children and their children. Shalom Aleichem. God bless you. Share this video. Let us ask ourselves, what are your values? What are my values? What do you stand for?